Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be showing you how to replace your manky, old, broken, beaten up headlight connector or any D-type connector, as you can see, it's very bad, with a brand new one. Very nice. Look, oh, look at that tab. Oh, it's there. Actually works.
I wonder why it's still there.
This flat black piece in there, as I pull this tab, it lifts.
Yep.
And that's actually the release mechanism. So when you have it all connected up to your headlights, what you want to do is you want to normally push it so it sort of disengages one lot, pull this tab and pull it out. You don't need any special tools for this. What you will need is a very thin screwdriver, and that's just to disengage this first lock, which I'll show you. These called bobby pins.
And a hairpin.
Hairpin.
Or a bobby pin.
I may need to
You broke my bobby pin!
No, this is mum and dad's. If you already know how this works, just skip forward and I'll show you how to take it all apart and refit it. You can see in there's that pink locking mechanism, and that basically is because in there, the wiring harness, there's going to be spade connectors on the end of these. So what you want to do is when you have your new connector, you just want to pop this off to the side. So just get your screwdriver in and pop it, and then you can just loosen it normally, but we'll take it out to show you, and there's this sort of fitment. Now once this is off, you can actually release your wires or feed them into your new connector. Now I'll show you how this works with these connectors, but it's a bit of a tight squeeze. So you can see the ends of the spade connectors in there, and they're also numbered as well. If you can see it down here, there's not much slack on this wire, so you can see you have all the odd numbers on one side, so you have 1, 3,
Okay, the numbering's
5,
here on the black bit.
7, 9, and then on the other side 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now you're going to need to remember the wiring, but what we're going to do is just take one wire out, feed it into the new one, take one wire out, feed it into the new one. So there's special removal tools, and it's essentially like this, well, sort of straight like that, and you push it in to this end of the spade connector and it just releases it. So first thing you want to do, in the existing connector still got the pink locking clip, so what you want to do is just feed it in, and it's going to come out this side because there's a hole on this side. So just feed it in, pull it out, and there you go. Pull it a bit more, you just grab it. I like to keep these handy because if you do drop one, you've always got a spare one, and as far as I know, VW don't sell that separately, so you got to buy a whole new connector. It will only possibly fail because of this little ball on the end, so we'll probably need to chop it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in this top left one and work our way across. So we're going to take out one, feed it into the new one. So if you hold this, please, and you obviously don't want to drop it because it can go far. So you feed this in, sort of get one side in there, and the other side in there. Yeah, and then you want to push it, and it should sort of click to an extent. Then you just pull out the wire. I'm just going to pull it with the needle nose pliers. Don't pull too hard. You need to give it a good tug, but if it doesn't want to come out, then the pin isn't pushing it enough.
Or you might be tugging on the wrong one.
No, I'm definitely on the top one. Let's try it the other way around. There you go. So that's one out. So you can see there's a small spade connector, and then the little blue thing is just a waterproof sort of sealant or sealer. So what we're going to do is one by one, because we will definitely forget which way they go and which orientation and stuff like that. So we're going to feed them into the new one by one. So make sure we have it the right way this time. So grab the bobby pin to number 2, which was the top. Just push it through. You should feel it snap in. You may need a very small screwdriver again just to push it in completely. Just be careful not to either rip the little sealer or the wire. And there you go, it's in place. Also note, one was missing. I believe that's because we don't have bi-xenons from factory. So we'll move on to the third one along. If you've got a normal bobby pin, the little ball side we put at the bottom. Have you had enough donuts? Let's feed it in, push it down, felt the little click. I think if we get them all out and put them all in, that'll be much easier.
Alright, so basically, this is what you do, genius boy.
What?
Get yourself a marker, one with a fine point to the old one. and then you see what goes where. So this is in 8. So we're gonna put a really fine 8 on it.
Can't see anything.
I can. You put 1 and a 0 there.
So what I wanted to show you guys is if you come in close, you'll see here, you can see there's these tabs just above my nail. I'll circle it in editing, and they look like wings basically. That's so it can lock into position, so as you're pushing it in, it will stay in, but then it won't come out because these tabs sort of stick out a little bit. So that's how they stay in.
It's like when you press those tabs, it will open up the top.
So when you're putting in your bobby pin or your paper clip or tool, you're basically pushing these down, pushing them flat, and then there's no resistance. Then you just pull it out. So we shall continue. So we'll just get the rest of them done off camera just really quickly. We'll get the rest of them out and then we'll show you putting them in. Yeah. Okay, so as long as it's sort of to this stage, you can leave them in there. We found that the connectors didn't really want to come out, and I wasn't prepared to bend the wires just in case they fray or crack. So we're on the last one now. So you can just pop your pin in, push it down. It does hurt a little bit because it stabs into your hand, as you can see.
A little bit, it hurts a lot of bit.
But yeah, just be quite gentle with it anyway. That's the only bit that needs a bit of force, and there you go. So they're all out. Put your bobby pin on the side, and then just pull all your connectors out. Done. Say bye-bye to your crappy old connector. We'll throw that in the bin after, just in case. And now it's just a case of feeding them all into the nice new one.
Which is my job.
Yes.
Here you go.
Just make sure that the spade connector goes in that way.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the correct way. Yep. And then just push, push, push. Keep pushing. Use the screwdriver if you need to. You'd rather break the little seal than the wire, so push the seal with the thin screwdriver. I mean, obviously you don't want to break anything, but you'd rather that. This is the only difficult part, is how fiddly it is.
Because like G keeps saying, there's literally no slack.
None. That's why we're bent over the engine bay, over the bumper, which is not even bolted in because we're doing our headlights. We're changing these dodgy, crappy ones.
Don't forget to check out that video.
To our aftermarket ones with HIDs, and they look good. So this is our last step in that video, repairing this connector, or replacing it rather, and then we're going to fit the new
I'm going to leave this
headlights.
squidging it in bit to you.
Okay.
The dogs follow me home.
Oh, I heard a little click. We'll check them all after.
I said to G that if he one day comes home and there's a dog in the house, then basically I came home and I found it there.
And that's fine with me.
Good.
We take all dogs.
I really did, and I probably bought it. But it's okay, he doesn't need to know.
I will never know.
He'll never know.
Let me get these other two. Oh, some of them are bent, as you can see. They're not going in straight. Yep.
No, wait, we won't get demonetized.
You can hear the little click. Now I know there's a few videos out there which show it a bit clearer, and it's all well and good if you want to figure out sort of the theory side of how to do this. But it's completely different when it's out of the car and you have tons of space and tons of slack. It's a completely different game when you have no slack and no space to work and your back hurts from leaning over.
Majority of the time we don't work taking parts off the car completely, solely because of the fact that
you're not going to be doing this, that you're not going to be taking parts off.
Yeah, A, you're not going to be taking parts off, and B, the other part of it is, yeah, we've got nowhere to put them or nowhere to take them into. You've seen that counter that we work on normally, like, that's just us pushing stuff to the side, cleaning it and then using it.
So now that they're all in, they look to be all good. That one's a tiny bit wonky, but as long as it can make a connection, you want to get your purple locking pin on my back.
Oh, my back. Is there any right way up or wrong way down?
Yes, there is one way which it shouldn't go, and
I think that's the way you're doing it, right?
Yeah. So one side is flat, one side has grooves. So I believe it's groove side out. So groove side.
You mean groove side up?
But it depends which way you hold it up. Okay, so it's that way. Yeah, because you see that tiny indentation? That's where you put your little screwdriver in to lift it. So the groove side faces sort of outwards, not towards the wiring. Slide it on. Little screwdriver, please. And all you want to do is just push it in. Done. And there you have it. That is your headlight connector changed.